G'day, comrade, and welcome to the Republic with me, Jetty. Today, I want to talk about how to turbocharge your terraforming, because whether you want to do a little bit of terraforming, whether you want to do a lot of terraforming, no matter what, you're going to have to do some sort of terraforming to build your Republic. So today, we're going to cover, well, how to turbocharge that, how to speed up the process, how to make sure you're spending less time waiting for one poor diggy boy to get the job done. So I need to ask a very quick question before we get into today's video, and that is, well, can I borrow a like? I like to borrow a like because it's going to be a short video, and I don't want you to have to remember to come back and click the like button when you're off trying to terraform the Republic. So today I want to talk about, well, our different options when it comes to terraforming. They're all hidden under the terrain tools, and we have the raised terrain, the lower terrain, the level terrain average, level terrain height from center, and of course terrain smoothing. Now, first off, we're going to go with raised terrain, and if I click this, it says, sorry, you need a free excavator in a depot or a construction office. Unfortunately, right in front of me, I have a demolition office, which doesn't count. Yeah, thanks, devs. And lower terrain is the exact same error. Now, if you go with level terrain, and we drag this out, we can see that uses a bulldozer. That's going to be very, very important. Also, as does the height from center, level terrain, and terrain smoothing also uses a bulldozer. So if you're using these three buttons, these are going to be bulldozers. If you're using these two buttons, they're going to be excavators. That's step number one. Step number two is, yes, you need to have the vehicles actually in, well, a construction office or a vehicle depot. So can I get the little guy? We're going to use the little guy first because he's the slower of the two. And can I get him to move across? Now, the very important thing it's going to come to when it comes to terraforming and the speed of the actual terraform is their excavator speed level. And as you can see, this little guy is a level 17, and doesn't matter whether we're running on single speed or double speed. But if let's go small, and can we turn on the terrain? Yep. All right, so now with F2 turned on so we can see the little markers, we're gonna click this. And as you can see, he's trying his absolute hardest. He's doing a great job, and he is burning through fuel. No, he's reached his maximum depth, and it took a couple of seconds. And if we widen this out to the full area and click again, well, then he has an awful lot more digging to do. It's gonna take him an awful long time longer to get that same job done. Of course, we can change that with just scrolling the mouse wheel. Now, that's the little guy with a excavation speed of 17. Can you go away? And can we have the bigger guy that has a speed of 33? 33, obviously, much higher than 17. It's about twice the size, twice the number, so therefore should be about twice as fast. So, can you please park? And then we're going to go back into this. We're going to go into this, and we're going to slow the game speed down. Game speed doesn't seem to matter for terraforming. And then we're going to click this. And as you can see, he's making that hole much faster, much deeper, and also overall deeper than this one. And then if we scroll this out to max size and do this, you can see he's generally going to be removing the terrain a lot faster than the little guy. I would say at least double the speed, because, boy, he's twice as fast. Now, this works. This works great. This works brilliantly, but it's awfully slow. Awfully slow. Now, there are ways to speed this up, and a lot of people use this, but this is why we're going to cover it in today's video. If you get a building, doesn't matter what building it is, but generally the bigger the better, and you sort of line it up, need flat terrain, that's what we're looking for, and then click this button. You can then drag this building around and use the building to terraform things. It does work. It's a little bit fiddly, but I like to do this with a bigger building. The bigger the building, the better the building. So if we go into train distribution office, wonderful building, big flat building, and we sort of use this to, move the terrain. And as you can see, even with my one diggy boy, he's doing a much quicker job using one building than he is if we did this by hand. So if we come back into here and we go like this, and we shrink this down, and he is barely moving things. Now, of course, this is just using one excavator. Obviously, the quickest way to speed this up is use multiple excavators, so we should definitely do that. Can we go to here? Can I go to buy excavator, and yeah, let's just get 3 more. Can I sell you? Cool. All right, 4 more, 4 times the speed, and we still have one of these guys open so we can see their fuel usage, and unfortunately, when they come from the border, they don't have a lot of fuel, so we're probably going to have the other ones disappear, yeah, almost instantly. One's off the fuel. The other ones have a little bit more fuel in them, but yeah, more excavators definitely makes it more faster. And same applies if we go back to using the building technique and train distribution office, we can use this to slide this around. And you can see by the fuel usage, it doesn't use fuel any faster, but it's definitely a faster method to getting that terrain moved. Also, we can get that terrain at a much steeper angle. If you look at the little red lines, that's much steeper than we've had it previously, just by using the one excavator. And they've all gone to get fuel. They've all gone to get fuel. Cool. Does this have fuel? It does have fuel. Can I just turn on auto purchase really quickly? Auto purchase that amount. Go. Cool. All right. Now, there are more options. There are definitely more options. If you want to go into the mod workshop, you can definitely get other options. In fact, let's go and purchase a new vehicle. Let's go with a bulldozer. Let's turn on workshop and we can get a nuclear bulldozer. Nuclear bulldozer takes things to a whole new level. And if I have one of these and then I go, let's go height from center, level, and actually, can I click on him first? Few important stats. Bulldozer speed per level. Now, this is the fastest one I could find on the mod workshop, but like if you want to get things done quickly, this is probably the guy you want to use. And height from center. So he has 35,000, which means things happen pretty much instantly. Want this mountain gone? Sure, no problem. We'll do that until we run out of fuel. There is a problem when he runs out of fuel, and that is his fuel tank. Well, he's low on fuel with 16 tons worth of fuel. Yeah, hang on. Where is my economy and trade? Import. That's 8 tons worth of fuel, 10 tons worth of fuel. 14 tons worth of fuel, 15 tons worth of fuel. Give him a minute. He'll top up in not a second. We're at halfway. $93 tons of fuel in the tank and he's good to go. Yeah. He takes a minute or two to fill up. But once he's full, and costs me 32,000 rubles in fuel, we can then go back to height from center, zoom out, and we can just like remove mountains. That 90 tons worth of fuel is going to last him a little while, which is good because I don't want to fill him up too often. But as you can see, he definitely does the trick. Now, the biggest problem you're going to have when it comes even to a nuclear-powered bulldozer is you can only make the terrain go... you can only make the terrain move so far before you need to actually go through the process of flattening down the terrain from the top and, well, yeah, flattening it rather than just, well, removing height, yes, rather than flattening it. Can I sell you? Yeah, cool. All right, so obviously we're going to need an excavator, so we can always go for the nuclear-powered excavator. I have no idea why, but this one seems to run on electricity, so we're just going to roll with it. And, well, we can do the same experiment we did previously, where we start at this height and we go, oh, he's done. And, oh, he's done. Now, you might say go in the mod workshop and getting a nuclear-powered excavator is a little bit cheaty, and I would definitely agree it's a little bit cheaty, so let's look for a different option. Let's look for a more vanilla-like option where we take what we've learned about using a building and we just supersize it, just move things along a little bit. So can I get just a few excavators to help us out? Just the more the merrier. And then we're going to come to here and excavators, a few more in there, and a few more in here. This is demonstration purposes only, you know. You can use just one or two because this method works wonderfully. And actually, was it you? No, you don't have a lot of fuel. You're the one we were using. And we're going to have a mass refueling event shortly. But that should be okay. And can I go to airplanes? I know, airplanes. You're like, JD, you're trying to do terraforming. Why are we going for airplanes? Well, we all know that we can use a dirt road. And if we take a dirt road and we take it up a hill, we can get this yellow line. And we've done this before. We've all done this, where we can get this little yellow line and we can use that to sort of manipulate the terrain. And if you drag it left and right a little bit, you can sort of stretch that out. And the same works in reverse. If we drag that, well, through the hill, around the hill, can I go from high on the hill to close to the ground? And unfortunately, it's sort of building things up. It's not really what I want. I really want to cut down the corner. I want to try and bring it down to level. Let's try here. So we're going to go from like that line to this line, if you'll let me have it. Yeah. So there we go. And we use this to sort of cut a hole in the hill. Just give ourselves a little bit of a slice. And then if I drag this left and right, we can use this to very quickly, compared to just using excavators. Okay, it would take me quite considerable time to get this, you know, moved out, flattened out, removed. Originally using, well, just excavators and the terrain tools. This is considerably faster. just to get the terrain moved. And let's just demonstrate with just excavators. Sure, decent sized tool. And they are getting the job done. Don't get me wrong, they are definitely removing things. But again, if I go back to road and we go road from say here to, I saw a yellow line, there we go. About here somewhere. Yeah, that is so much faster to use a road or a building. Yeah, now building is definitely what people have been using previously, but well, there are different buildings we could be using, mainly on airplanes. Now the best part about this is this unlocks well, right at the start of the game, and that is a grass runway. And if you take a grass runway and you go, you know, from this line here, we're going to choose this line here that's sort of halfway between yellow and red. Doesn't matter really which line you use, but if we go from here and we go to its same counterpart over here, which is here, we just need to go down the hill a little bit, up the hill a little bit. We just got to find a yellow spot. As soon as we find a yellow spot, we should be good. Okay, really? Oh, there we go. No, it doesn't like it. Really doesn't like it. There we go. Okay, and we just make a runway out of dirt and grass. And this does a very, very good job of removing mountains in a hurry. This is what I like to call turbocharging our terraforming. Now, the worst part is I'm pretty sure everybody's on fuel break, as I only see one, sometimes two excavators on the job site. So we might be doing this with one guy. Quick double check. Okay, it's a little bit more than one, but it's definitely not the full crew. Yeah, but we've removed, I don't know, like a quarter of the mountain. And if we come to here and we go, well, let's go from here to, oh yeah, that works. And you just hold right click, hold left click, and just keep trying to drag it till you find a spot where it's happy. Now we're digging a hole. Prefer not to dig a hole, please. There we go. And we just like slice into the mountain. And you might say, Jetty, when you're done, you're going to end up with a very pointy mountain. It's not going to be a large mountain. It'll just be very, very pointy. I'll be like, yeah, that's entirely true. But the best part is because you're just leveling out the terrain from a semi-fixed spot, let's go with about this line. I saw it. Yeah, that'll do. No, okay, come on, there you go. We can also use the exact same principle to remove the top of the mountain, because really this is one of your limitations. Your limitations is if you wish to remove a mountain, you need to actually remove a mountain. You need to dig down from the top to the bottom and remove all the material, which if we go to your partner peak with our normal terrain tools and we come over here and we start, really? Is that too far away? Fine, we have a mountain over here. And we start here. Like, it will take hours for you to remove this mountain with this method. Just slowly scrolling the mouse around, dragging down the top of the mountain bit by bit to remove each one of these contour lines one by one. And yes, they all have to be removed to get you down to flat. They're all every line represents another, so many meters worth of height. Whereas, again, if we go back into aeroplanes, because I love my aeroplanes, and we go from about 2 lines, seems to be the maximum. So if I go from, what's this? This is, trees are in the way. Can we do one of them? Trees. Because I don't want to use a bulldozer because bad things will happen. Actually, can I just go to that? And yeah, there we go. Much better. Now we can actually see all the lines. Okay. If we go into airplanes, can I go 1, 2 lines down? And then basically, as long as you sort of aim for that same contour line, you're pretty good. A little bit higher, a little bit lower. Yeah, so I can remove that whole section of the hill fairly quickly. Now, unfortunately, my camera's at the wrong angle. That's all right. Spin around and come to here. And there goes the top of the mountain. Now, it's not perfect. It does take a little bit of fiddling, but let's be honest. If you're terraforming, you've probably got something open on the other screen. I could recommend a whole Let's Play. I'll link that up top right-hand corner. Realistic mode, all the challenges on, and I got to deal with Uncle Vlad, who forced me to open up the New Republic and go in unexperienced. That's the best way to do the Republic. But yes, this is how I've now chosen to do my terraforming. And I like to pick a spot on the mountain and aim about 2 tiles, or about 2 lines higher. Well, I like to pick a spot on the mountain and aim for, well, preferably that line on the other side of the mountain, and just start removing. And then once I've got that section removed, well, then I aim for about 2 lines lower. And then I remove that section. And then eventually I get to a situation where, well, we have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. And I take my runway and I take it from this side and I work my way back across. And just, you know, remove a mountain bit by bit. And the end solution is, well, I go from a giant mountain to, well, this removed in like 20 minutes. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave this video, because you have all the information you need if you wish to terraform the whole world. Also, I'll leave the links for the excavator, the nuclear excavator, and also the nuclear bulldozer down in the description below. Lastly, I probably should mention, for completeness purposes, if you go into cheat mode, which is holding C, H, and E, and then head into where are we? Options, debug, and then enter into landscape editor mode. That will change over your GUI a little bit, and then we can come down to rocks, trees, terra, rain. There we go. And yes, for completion's sake, you can use this mode. This mode will get things done pretty much instantly. Lower terrain. Yep, just make the mountain disappear. The problem is this is definitely going to turn off your achievements. Just so you know. It also means that you have activated cheat mode, and that's, I don't know if that's saved into the save file or not. I assume it is, because it deactivates achievements. It also has a small problem, and that is many floating trees. Maybe that's a feature as far as you're concerned. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But yeah, this works really, really well if you want to remove things in a hurry. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about a mound of floating trees. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and do check out the Let's Play in the description. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. I'll see you next one. Bye.